Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a real fun hacker box. It's HackerBox 0093 and getting ready for DEF CON. It is the Badgelife hacker box. So we're going to get a handful of badges. So we got a bunch of alligator clip jumpers, some of the SAOs and their parts, a lanyard. Let's look at that lanyard a little closer. We are living through a revolt against the future. The future will prevail. Hacker box. So cool little lanyard. We got a screen, some more little bitty parts. HackerBoxes SAO board to power different SAOs. I'm not quite sure what this board is. We'll look at it in just a second when we go look at the website. The Riot Wi-Fi board. Another really cool looking badge. I'm excited to put that one together. We got a hack sticker and our HackerBox Badgelife card. Alright, cool. So let's take a look at the product page. It shows all the individual badges we'll be able to make. So we got the IoT Wi-Fi hacking badge designed by Riot boards. So that'll be this one. The IoT Great Mission Control for Wi-Fi hacking. So it'll be that one. Bithead SAO, Space Sloth SAO, Guy Fawkes SAO, Artemis Mission SAO, HackerBox SAO, jumper clips, lanyard, and sticker as we've seen. Let's take a quick look over at the instructables for it, see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Some info on the badges, putting together the badge, IoT Wi-Fi Great, or Gator, sorry, Wi-Fi Gator. So these two badges support one another, so that'll be cool to see what we can do with those. We'll look at that closer whenever we get to it. Here's kind of a picture of it. And then we have all the SAOs. We got their pinouts for what will be soldered to them. Cool. A lot to it. Pretty simple little project it looks like. I think they typically are pretty easy to go, easy to do. Alright. And then the most important algorithm of all time. Okay, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going to have issues with this. forgot to record it, but I've already finished one of the boards. And these little LEDs are a pain to get on. And if you're not careful, you will melt them. So I have found, the way I've been doing it, big old glob of solder on the side that says large. Then put the LED down, reheat up the solder, and just drag it onto the LED. Let it cool, let go. And then you can just heat up the pad on the other side of that LED, add solder, big old glob, and drag it onto the LED again. This has seemed to work for me so far on all that I've done with them. Backwards, it's soldered just like it should. There's no short, but it's still not working. I tried it in the same, all of these are working obviously, but this one didn't. So I'm gonna have to see about getting another LED for it. Yeah, the rest of them is cool. I burned through 2 or 3 of the RGB, automatic art changing RGB lights, so I was only able to put them in this top one, which is the way that the Instructables suggest to do it anyway, with the white lights in the sky and the red lights for the rocket. Perfectly fine with it, looks good, like it a lot. Cool. So those are some SAOs and the HackerBox totem to put them on. Let's move on to these bigger boards. Okay, so we got to get it wired. So let's start with, on the gator, 3 volt. Gator we go 3 volt. On this one we go VCC. We're going to go ground to ground. Then we want to go to TX to RxDO, and that's TX on the Gator. To RxD0. From TX now to RX to TX D0. And now we're going to go from up to GPIO 0. Alright, we've got it all wired up. Let's go ahead and get it plugged in and flashed. I'm not going to go through the flashing process. It's going to be the same as any board we flashed. But I will return after we get it flashed. Okay, so it works just like a standard ESP8266. You got to wire it all. If you notice, I have 5 more wires. Just in the instructables, follow them where they go over here to the board. It's pretty simple. So we have like a brick breaker game from HackerBoxes. And what I want to try to get working here, and I'll do it on video just because there's some special things about it, is see if we can get the same Deauther firmware that I did in my last video working on this. So first thing we need to do is go ahead and disconnect this. Hold up on the button on the switch and then plug it back in, and that'll put it into boot mode so that it's ready to be flashed. Then you're going to want to come to that same website we went to the other day, and not the same website, but slightly different. But you're going to want to go grab the ESP8266 Deauther from GitHub, and I'll link it down below. You can also get to the DIY tutorial here. But once you're here, you are going to get to this point in the download after you unzip it. And then we go to the ESP8266 Deauther file and open the INO. Alright, once it's opened, I need to note you can follow the instructions here, but I'm going to go through them right now. So you want to go to File, Preferences. Under here, you're going to want to add this line here, which can be found on the instructions, which I'll link directly to this right here. So after you add that, go to Tools, Boards, and go to Deauther ESP8266, and we're going to go to a generic ESP8266. Then you go to Tools, make sure it's the correct one. It is the one for under Deauther, not the one under ESP8266. Tools again, port, make sure you're on the correct port. We're going to do Tools, where is it? Erase flash, all flash contents. And we are going to upload. Let it do its thing, and we'll move on to the next, and then we'll move on to using it. Alright, it's all done. Let's move back over to the overhead. And we need to reset it. So let's just unplug it, plug it back in. The screen doesn't seem to be working. Let's look. So in the IDE, there must be a place to turn on the screen, because I see the pwned Wi-Fi access point on my phone, which is cool. This is probably the one I would prefer to keep on this badge, because if you can find a way just to power the badge, then while it's hanging around your neck, you'll be able to just access it and do what you need to. Okay. Once we're there, we get to its standard place. Let's go to settings. Let's turn LED on because we do have the LED. Let's turn the display on. Save. And reboot. Okay, rebooting from the web interface did not work. Let's go ahead and restart it. Alright, well, I'm not sure what's going on with it, why the screen's not working. I will continue to try and mess around with it. And if I find a way to make it work, if I'm able to get it to work, I'll post it on Instagram, Twitter, and I'll probably even go ahead and post it on, or at least a link to the fix on YouTube as a community post. But as you can see, it's working. You're able to get into the settings, the SSID, the attack vectors, everything like that. So it's functioning just as a standard ESP8266, as it should. That's all it is. Great little project, cool little badges. I really like just the way they look. I mean, all it does is look like a 8266 chip, but it's cool. and then having this additional board just so that you can connect them and do all your flash and everything is really cool. Thanks for tuning into the channel. It's been a fun project. Love the badges. If you would like one, they are available still, and if you become a member of HackerBoxes before the 1st of next month, which will be August, if you become a member before the 1st of next month, this will be your first box. So if you like badges, if you want some more, go subscribe to HackerBoxes. Check out all this. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you next time.